sync it up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, fucking hell, coming in with hot sun. Man, apologize.
Jeez.
Get present. Yeah, alright, so back with a boom. The run continues. I think this is like episode 16. 16 weeks in a row. I thought I was gonna fumble. I didn't fumble. And then this week is Micromoon Sugar Celebration Week.
Come on.
I'm joking, it's not. It's the, you man are guessing. So we have Fuzzbrain Fuckery with Micromoon is now with M and the Peculiars rather than the M and the Acromoon.
Yeah, man.
I'm there for it. I'm there for it.
All
Is this
the
like
Are you changing the name now?
what?
What, me?
Yeah, Meg wants to change the name. Just
So
tell
what?
her.
Go on.
No, maybe just Peculiars.
Just
Yeah,
No one can spell it though.
What
That's
about
the problem.
Are you serious?
No one can spell
the
it.
Peculiars.
I've been
Everyone
spelling it
writes
right.
the Peculiars. AIRS.
I've been spelling it right.
Some of us
Really
think
spell
us.
it.
The Peculiars is
And
hard.
also,
can't lie.
I have been saving all of them as the Peculiars. No disrespect.
There
It's
we
just
go.
because
No, that's
I think it
innit?
feels
I couldn't
natural.
be bothered to
That's good.
like.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Good. I think it's better.
The Peculiars.
Yeah, the peculiar.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it has to come from you though, innit? Otherwise, it just feels like a bit of a demotion.
It's your
like,
decision,
you know what I mean?
ultimately.
If everyone's down, you heard it here first.
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah,
is
yeah.
that-
That's
So-
it. It's
so
finalised.
M got M'd off,
Curious.
basically.
We're out here.
Slams gavel.
Alright, cool. So, there you go. That's this week's episode done. Just rename
We
it
got to the
bands
bottom of
and
that
shit.
one quick.
Now what?
But yeah, cause so can you say why you're here, what you've been doing? Because I know obviously with other bands it's more Nolo.
Nah, this is we're here. We're recording 11 songs, little LP. It's been in the works for about 3 years,
Yeah.
on and off.
Probably a bit longer.
Probably a bit longer. Yeah,
Fucking hell.
You got most of these tunes when we were in the flat, innit?
in Huddersfield. So I was potentially like 21, 22 when I wrote most of these. And I turned
Fucking
25 in a couple
hell,
of weeks. So
Fucking hell.
yeah.
Yeah, 2025 is peaking it.
yeah, it's fucking
It's
peak. I feel
peak.
so old.
Fam, the second one, my 25th was at. I need to
This
pat
is
You
it.
only 25?
I'm 25, yeah. I have to pat my shit
You're
up,
like,
man.
alright, time is running out.
You're 26.
I'm just turning 26, yeah, but I'll never forget turning 25 and thinking, another
Yeah.
lifetime, and I'm.
Yeah.
50,
I'm 27.
you know what I
It's
mean?
best year of my life.
I thought, no, don't get it twisted,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Don't
I thought
get
you were like
twisted.
30.
Young and alive, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I feel like you're 40, bro, don't like.
What? Honestly, how old do you think I was?
No, I knew you were 27. I knew
Wait, if you didn't know that.
Yeah, but I do, so. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Ray just like make an assessment.
You know the ones, but if
Some
you
of us
didn't
have
know-
an imagination. I like to think about hypothetical situations.
Yeah, big facts. Big facts. Wait, how old did you think I was then? Because you didn't know I was 25 until 40 seconds ago. So,
Well, I thought you were 38.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I thought you were my age.
Everyone always thinks that I'm either way younger because I'm like some Fagin character who chose like 20-year-olds, yeah. Or they think I'm like fucking literally they think I'm some nonce, yeah. Who's just got like all these 20-year-olds in my band, which is the case. I just don't have sex with them. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Okay.
that's fine, man. That can
What?
stay
Come
in.
on,
That can
That's dark.
stay in.
That is
You
dark.
can't
Stay
come
in.
into one of
He's
these
calling me a
podcasts not
nonce, yeah. It's
thinking
fine,
something
bro.
mad's gonna get said.
Yeah, and like, you
Nice.
know,
So
I'm
my
not
bad,
nonce.
my
Just
bad.
for clarity.
mate, come
Oh, it's fine, bro.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
Thank God.
I'm so glad you cleared that up for
Yeah,
us
do
because
you know what I mean?
I did think.
But yeah, no. So they ever think that, or they think I'm like early 30s or some shit. But nah, man's just a big 2'5", you know.
Yeah. It's a good age.
That's respectful age.
Is
Yeah.
it though?
Yeah, you lived quite long.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Quarter
will.
of a
Let's be honest, bro. I don't know if I will with.
Well, the, like all the madness of the teens is out the way. You know what I mean?
Big man, but yeah, you say that, but like acting like the last 18 months in there.
Yeah,
wild.
yeah.
You know what I mean? For man, wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know, cause I don't know, but still. But yeah, so you wrote these songs when you were 21, 22?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't think any of them were written over like lockdown. Like bits were arranged and lyrics were done, but
Yeah.
the majority of it was done way before that.
You just been begging me for ages to record it now.
Yeah, I've been please, Razor, please.
Every week you're like, oh, when are we gonna record these songs?
Yeah, no, it was on my mind. I was like, I'm gonna die without recording any of this, and then that'll be.
You're like, I'm turning 25. Time's running out. fam.
Yeah, exactly.
That 27 club age is approaching fast.
Yeah,
you know
trust
what I
me.
mean?
Yeah, oh god.
I'm not even
yeah.
gonna lie to you. Yeah,
That's it,
I'm
right?
so moist. Yeah, that I do think about that. I do think that like raw, like. Do Jimi Hendrix.
Well, Nicky Rat made it, so if he made it, I'll
Jimi
be right.
Hendrix.
That's true.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but I just think Jimi Hendrix really made them 3 records.
Yeah.
And dipped. And dipped. By 27.
Never to be
But
seen
then I
again.
also think Pop Smoke was 20.
Yeah.
20?
20.
He was
Far
20?
too
He
young.
was 20 when he passed, yeah.
Yeah.
20 years old, fam. I don't know how old Nipsey Hussle was, but he wasn't that old. And it's like yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, that's a bit
It
mad.
changes the
innit?
perspective a little bit, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
like man's like, you know,
We're
I ain't trying to compare myself to any of them, man, innit? But like, I wanna be on that level. Of course,
Yeah,
you wanna
yeah.
be on that level. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, so that is a bit mad. That is a bit mad.
It's legendary status, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah. But you know, I ain't trying to die yet.
No.
No, thank you.
No.
No, thank you.
I had this raw dream during lockdown that I woke up. But I woke up in my dream and Rose was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" I had a card and it said, "You're 63 today." I don't know why it's 63. Yeah.
How old was I? Same age.
I don't know, but I was like 63. What the fuck?
That's
I swear I was like 23, like yesterday. I'm 63. What the fuck?
That is a bit
That's harrowing.
And I woke up and I had this feeling of like, oh my god, I will be 63 one day.
Well, yeah.
What's the fuck? Maybe. If I'm lucky.
Hopefully.
If I'm unlucky.
Lockdown's fucking with dreams, perception,
Yeah.
time.
Think
I'll
how
tell
much
you.
happens in that time. Think how much happens in a week. You make a sick
How much
record.
happens in your week?
Huh?
How much happens in your week?
Quite a lot.
Not
Quite a
right,
lot.
I mean,
Quite a
this
lot.
week quite a
Yeah,
lot. You know what I mean? I
I
don't
get
got
my.
last week.
You should see my screen time. It's fucking mad.
What's your screen time on
What,
right?
hi?
We'll do that after. What is everyone's screen time on? Yeah, what's it averaging?
no.
I was brother. One point I was on 6 hours a day.
I've been on more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
but
what's bad. Like it's 6 hours.
I know people that have been on like 10 hours a day.
That's fucked.
Sam
I
Laycock.
thought 4 hours was.
Shout out Sam Laycock, saving the NHS. His screen time was like 9 hours a day.
9.
9
At
hours.
work.
9 hours.
So he obviously not working that hard, Sam. So
I think at my peak it was averaging like 6 hours. Obviously, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you right now.
Yeah,
phones
yeah,
dipped in it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ah,
But
so
like,
why don't we back out that story?
Oh yeah.
So anyone in the Somerset area,
Yeah. Anyone between Taunton and Wellington,
Yeah, bro.
if you find an iPhone XS Max Space Grey, that's probably mine.
it's probably man.
Yeah, please
Oh,
please
my
return.
days. Yeah, cause like so basically man's phone dipped out on you, but yeah.
Screen time been 0 today though.
Zero,
Work
that's what I'm
rate
saying.
been high. You know what I mean?
You're averaging
Productivity
like juggling
high.
it down, like you know what I mean. But yeah, so you see like these songs, right? How the fuck do you write those riffs? As in like, where do you? Because they're so like. I mean, this is a stupid conversation to have because people ain't gonna hear the music.
Yeah.
But like, because so many parts of it, they're so rhythmic. Do you write them with drums in your head?
Yeah, I do, and I think I'll start a song with the intention of writing a riff that is simple so that I can sing it at the same time as playing it, but at the same time, I don't want the song to be simple, so I'll put it in like 5/4.
Which
Well,
one of these riffs do you think is simple for you to be singing, bro? What the fuck?
all of them. I feel like all of the riffs
Yeah.
are really, really like.
I was saying this earlier though to Meg. I was like, I think, obviously not a slight to Meg, but I was like, I think you've underestimated how difficult rhythmically these songs are.
I think
to play.
arrangement wise, a lot of them are a bit.
As it,
Arrangements
winding.
are crazy. I mean that one. Are we allowed to bet our song titles?
Yeah, go for it. Dishcloth.
That Tonight one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, the Dishcloth one too, but that Tonight one is my favorite. And that shit is like, that arrangement is like fucked.
Yeah.
Like and that's the reason why I was asking, because I'm thinking like, like, where do you? How does that process begin? With like, do you know what I mean? Like, what is the thing that makes you like stop? Where do you go? So you're saying, okay, you're like picturing like singing over it. So you're kind of like, I need to make space for it.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, the two things that all revolve around are A, the vocals, and B, what the drums are doing.
Right.
Because I didn't want to do just like an indie rock band.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be something that drew from like the space in between the bass and the guitars that you can hear in post-punk records, and the rhythmic elements of blues, and you know, the like the vocal elements of bands that I like from the 90s.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they work themselves out around.
Yeah.
it's mad, isn't it?
Mad.
It's like vocally led and drum led as opposed to guitar led.
Yeah, and I think that locking in the bass and the drums and having a proper rhythm section is so rare.
So underrated.
Yeah,
Underrated.
so
So underrated.
completely.
Massive.
Honestly, and that's what I really enjoyed about working on it, because it's like sonically like it's not like a sound that I've like worked on that much before or at all before, like all the references and shit. And like, yeah, it's been really fun. I feel like we got really good results with it, but like it's like very fun working on something where, of course, there's a tight rhythm section, but also like where the rhythm is sitting. That's some way, like you're talking about that emphasis on creating space, and that's not something I usually do, innit? And
Yeah.
we're just talking like we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to do that and shit. So that is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
I'm working on tones and I've never put this much time into like figuring out the relationship between the bass tone and the guitar tone to make sure that there is enough space for each one. Almost like when you're mixing it, you could have bass in one ear, guitar in the other ear, and they're both doing different things that work together with the drums.
It's a lot of
think.
counterpoint shit.
Well,
You know what I mean?
And that's how fucking all good records were made back in the day.
That's
You
it.
know, but you know, good producers and engineers would work out where best in the field, in the stereo field, the fucking the guitar
to place these instruments,
to place the instruments and work accordingly, and no two instruments would ever take up the same frequencies.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing about a lot of like modern guitar music is that everything, you can't like listen to it and pick out a riff because everything is so glossed over and like smushed together.
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, for me, like we were saying, like with micromoon shit earlier, for us, it's like the dynamics are the key.
Yeah.
But I also struggle sometimes getting those dynamics because obviously the heavy parts, it's like you have a frequency spectrum. I'm gonna fucking fill this shit out, and that's the one thing I struggle with the dynamics is when we come out of that, making sure you can hear, like you say, you can pick out those riffs, hear that shit, but the bass is still fucking fat underpinning that shit, making sure everything, you know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's that Pixies.
Creating that space there is so hard, like you say, Pixies
Loud, quiet,
fucking
loud.
smashed it. Yeah, exactly.
It's constantly driven, even though the guitar, which is, you know, arguably going to be the loud instrument, is clean.
That's carrying most of like the harmonic information for the actual song.
It's almost like you're looking at the music we've just done is like you're looking at it from like a reverse angle almost.
Yeah,
really weird.
That's why I wanted to ask like how the fuck you write this shit, because like like you say, it's like the feel of it is like so kind of weird, you know what I mean?
I think they're 3-year songs, you know.
For real.
I've just had 3 years to sit down with them and be like, oh no, I'll rework this now.
Right,
oh,
so
no.
that's what I was gonna say, like because some of them are so elaborate. Is it like, do you start with like one idea of the riff, then the time signature will come in as a later idea, or like what?
Yeah, definitely. And I've demoed stuff. I have like a little 4-track recorder, and I'll demo stuff with slide, and I'll spend hours and hours figuring out like a polyrhythm using a guitar and a slide. And I don't know, I've just been lucky enough to have the time to be able to do that. But that's the thing that's important about it to me, is that how can you make a guitar riff that is simple to play and that is like maybe 4 chords, 5 chords max throughout an entire song sound like it's complex.
I think, but I also think you're doing that thing that I think a lot of us do. I think I do it sometimes, where it's simple to you because of muscle memory.
Yeah, true.
But it might not actually be that simple. But it does sound, what appeals to me about it at this point in the process is how like fluid everything sounds in it.
Yeah.
And like, even though you have weird time signatures, even though you have the strength in the arrangements to still have some of that fluidity, you don't get the whole drag and drop thing. And that's what I kind of like about, you know, are we even using any pedals? As in like, on the guitar, you're using a compressor.
Bass, but that's literally just the drag, like the high end of it.
So the dynamics we're getting, we're using, the drums aren't compressed at all at this point. It's just we're doing like weird shit that I wouldn't usually do in a record, and it's actually like getting good results, which is always satisfying.
A lot of the dynamics as well seem to become like coming from the actual playing. So
exactly,
I
that's what I
noticed
mean.
Obviously when you were tracking together, obviously the dynamics in Razor's playing had to come down in those sections like significantly if you wanted.
And honestly, that's something I've never. I mean, I've been playing. I said this the other day. I've been playing drums nearly 20 years. Dynamics is something I've never even thought about.
Yeah.
Ever. Because all I've ever done is play in punk bands.
Damn.
And it's fucking...
Well, maybe that's why I don't listen too much of that shit, you know?
Loud, all the way
Because,
through.
bro, I fucking love dynamics, bro.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and I do as well listening, but I've never made a conscious effort playing.
And drum-wise, yeah.
I mean, I played in a band a few years ago, where it was a bit more of a thing, but then...
Yeah. But it's never been a priority.
No. And that whole thing was like, we want to sound like Smashing Pumpkins or whatever.
Yeah.
Even Smashing Pumpkins, the drummer is fucking incredible.
Oh, yeah,
one of my favourite drummers of all time. But the dynamic, there's not much dynamics in his play. There are.
In his playing. Yeah, there are.
But not... I
know
guess
what you
so,
mean.
but
he
like,
sounds quite like, yeah, I know what you mean.
It is still quite flat all the way
It's so
through.
processed that, I mean, I read somewhere that there were like 80 guitar tracks or something.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
there's a lot. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was
There's a
gonna
lot
say.
going on.
They're like, most of that, from what I know, yeah, obviously most of it comes from like stupid amounts of guitar tracks, building that in. But what he does a lot is like, when you saying that, I was really thinking about something he's playing, and he does a lot of the shit that you've been doing on these tracks, where you have like you're doing builds into choruses, and fills into choruses, so you get it's quite like a constant, then like a little dip, then
I guess
rather than just like nothing and boom.
I suppose like the most dynamic thing I would do is like close the hi-hat.
Yeah.
For instance, but now with this stuff,
I've pushed you to the limit.
Meg's proper pushed me, man.
Take it.
I kept saying, I've complained the whole time I've been here about how difficult the songs are, and like, I'm gonna leave this one till last because it's a pain in the arse. But
look at the results, man.
But it's the most challenged drum wise I've been in years, which is
I didn't want to like
fucking sick.
I was saying to like you lot earlier on it, like my goal, as an engineer, when we do processes like this, particularly with this particular project, and I can say this now, we've done the main tracking, I was trying not to put any emphasis on how complex and how difficult some of the parts were. Let's say if you were like fluffing a part where it weren't going right the first time, I was just not even gonna try and recognize that was happening because of how complex it is. Because I didn't want to put any emphasis on the fact that it's mad difficult. You know what I mean? But the shit's difficult, bro. It's not easy. Like, and like all the counting and stuff is like, I just want to like pay it no mind, just really keep it as relaxed as possible and get shit done. And so far, it's worked pretty well. So we got one more day tomorrow just to kind of like.
So we've done 10
sprinkle details.
10 fully tracked tunes in 3 days.
Yeah.
1 guitar, 1 bass, 1 drums.
Yeah.
All dynamics.
And the
all
workflow,
done in a room.
All done in a room. The workflow is a bit mad. We basically, this is not how I usually make records, but we basically got the drum sound, and then how many we tracked? Maybe 4 drum songs.
I think we did
just 4 songs worth of drums.
4 or 5 on the first day.
Yeah, so 4 or 5, and then we were like, let's get a guitar sound, and then we kept the drum set up the whole time. And then we set up the guitar sound, then we kept that. Then we did some bass, and then we would just go back between. So the whole kind of idea is that I was trying to make the process flow in the same way that the songs did, rather than so they're kind of feeding into one another. Rather than just going like the way I usually would do it. If you track a record, for people that don't know, it's obviously, generally speaking, drums. Get all the drums done, because you use a shitload of mics. It's in the room. Take them mics down if you have to use the mics and other shit. Then you do bass. Then you see what room's left for guitar, and you see what Then you kind of do that. This was like a very different way of working, but I think it's worked. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Surprisingly, unsurprisingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And it also helped being 3 of you.
Yeah.
Instead of 5 or 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
With this kind of thing, and like. Again, as well, like it's not a main project for us, so it's like there's no pressure whatsoever. So it's been easy as fuck.
We're here for fun.
We are here for fun.
Literally to have a good time and just make some music.
No one. There's no external thing
this.
telling us what to do, and it's Meg's vision that me and Jack are fully on board with, and now you. So it's like easy,
So like that's the other thing. This is the last serious question before I talk about people fucking pissing their pants in school and shit, which is why everyone's here. But like so like you see when you started this, what was like what did you have in mind? Like, as in, like, I'm always interested to, like, see how and why bands start and how why individuals are drawn to bands, and then how, like, you know, like Micromoon was because my old band split up, right? And Dan and Ray were already in that live band, and we had this show in Germany, right? Booked like fucking 6 weeks ahead, and none of us had played outside the UK before. Still haven't played since, so fucking someone patting us up, yeah. But like, it was like, I was like, we're not missing this opportunity. Let's just make some shit quick so we can go there. So we just mashed out a single, and then we just wrote that 1 to 4 thing, and that was basically our set. We had like fucking 20 minutes of shit, but it was like, well, let's do that. Then when we come back, see how that goes. If we like the shit, then we continue in it.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. And then, like, obviously, you know, it's alright, innit? What was the thing that was like, okay, I'm gonna make a band like this? And when you did that, did you think that, like, were you thinking ahead to this point where you're like, okay, I'm gonna be writing songs in 5/4 and thinking about fucking, like, polyrhythms and shit?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite real, like I'm saying, how realised was it, like?
Yeah, so from the start it was, I want to do a band where, I think, like, through the trial and error of starting to, you know, be a singer and play guitar at the same time, I was like, right, I need to keep the riff simple, but I want to add more layers to this, and I think I was playing in a lot of hardcore bands at the time, and for me, like, New York hardcore is my, you know, my thing in terms of hardcore, and I was playing in Big Cheese, and, you know, working with the rhythms was the main thing that I thought about when I was doing riffs, and I think that just played into this project a lot, where I was like, okay, I need to push the limits of what the drums can do and how that can change a song. And I was listening to so much other music other than hardcore, and I thought that I needed to just...
You need to express that.
Yeah, express that.
Yeah.
And I think...
You know what it is, yeah? Like, for me, I think when a group of people or a person in a group of people clocks that they've got a bit of a knack for something other than what we might be used to, like songwriting. I think everyone in this room is a sick songwriter, yeah. It's you're like, you limit yourself not exploring that.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
And like you know, recently I've clocked like loads of our mates are like writing songs now, like not writing hardcore songs, but writing songs, songs, complex tunes with melody and blah 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 blah. And it's fucking amazing. It's like,
but I think there's also like this fear that you can't do that because indie is moist, and you know, you're in hardcore and that's your thing, that's your scene.
Yeah, but the reason indie's moist is because people do it in a moist way.
Yeah, exactly.
And to be honest, like obviously I will say this in my chest, it's 2021, don't be fucking thinking about genres, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fam, it's like you consume all this, unless you're an actual prick in life, and I mean this with the most disrespect, if you only listen to one type of music at this time in your life, at this time in the information age, you are an actual cunt. You're a freebie cunt. You don't enjoy happiness. So you will enjoy me saying that because you're fucking
I can't agree more.
Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where it's like, I don't even think, like, but that's something I've always found very strange, and I still find strange about, you know, hardcore, and like, you know, the people within it is having so many different projects, and so many of my friends like have it, and I fuck with all the different projects, but like for me, I'm like, I have Micromoon, and cause what direction can I not go in? You know what I mean?
Sky's the limit,
That's what I'm saying, is that I love all this music, let me try and take little bits here and here. We've barely dipped our toe into like the range of shit that I want to do, but that's what I always find strange, and like, it's sick. Like, it's the same shit essentially, because it's like I'm just trying to do it with one project because it's easier to like, you know what I mean? But like, you know, I see everyone doing it with like fucking, I mean, how many bands are you in right now? 5? 4? 9? 5.
I think 5.
So I mean, long fam.
I've been in like 5 bands.
I think my
for
maximum
like a
amount that I've
decade.
been in at one time has been like 9.
9.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, cuz.
But that's just what
going on.
happens when the scene is not that big and you're a musician within that.
And you like so much shit, so
Yeah,
you're just like, that
exactly.
sounds cool, I want to get involved.
But even like within the broad umbrella of like punk and hardcore, stepping outside of that, you do feel like you're going to open yourselves up to judgment. Like, I've literally heard someone say like, "Oh, this person's not a real punk. Have you heard their like shit indie band side project?"
There's a dogma there for like that people take upon themselves to like let that rule their judgments or rule their decisions and stuff like that. And
enjoy that is all I can say.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Enjoy your life.
That's no way to live, and that's no way to like inform other people's like expressions of themselves, or inform other people's music or art. You know what I mean? To me, like obviously I say this, having been like 10 years deep in punk and hardcore, I love the music, but like, man, there's other shit out there, and you know what I mean? It's that simple.
And you know what is interesting to me is that a lot of people, I think, view me and the spot as like a safe place to fucking express this shit. But every single person that I know who's from that world says the same fucking thing, bro. Because no one just likes that shit, bro. Because how can you in it? Yeah. So it's just like, but everyone's shook of being like, cool, like, I don't know, like, but the punk police might fly in or whatever. Yeah. That's the one police. Yeah, that's the one police that people don't want to abolish. It seems to be them, but but yeah, it's a bit mad. Like I don't know, but there's so many pros to like underground music, but that's like the one big con in it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
you gotta let people live a life.
Yeah,
and people. Thing is, right? People. Punk and hardcore is so narrow-minded to the point where you or they, like, they're so naive to think that people are not going to change their path, their attitude, or what they listen to, how they dress, how they whatever. Like, if you think that someone in their 20s is not going to do that, what is wrong with you? It doesn't make sense.
Just to add to that, if you think that someone in their 20s who has a talent or a penchant for music or songwriting or self-expression or art isn't going to do that and shouldn't do that, I'm sorry, but like, we can't help you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's the thing.
Do you have that little life experience that you think people can't do something different?
Yeah, but more time I find them people, the people that kind of express some of their beliefs. One, they don't believe it. They're just it's that classic thing of like, it's just like overcompensating a little bit for like maybe like wanting to feel deeper part of something, so just going super hard.
100%. Yeah.
And it's just funny to me because obviously that's not the environment that I come from. If you translate that to the environment that I do come from, it would just express itself in like either extreme religious shit, or it'd be some like mad crime shit. And it's like, it's always the ones where it's like, you kind of didn't need to do that, but you're doing the most, and that's where it comes across as to me. It's like, but like them people are them people there, innit?
Yeah.
And
no disrespect.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I truly kind of believe that 95% of people that people think are like that, they're really not, because they're like on the low, they're like, yo, I kind of fuck with that. Because I hear so many people who are like, well, to be honest, no one who ever used the studio was really like that, but so many people that are like known to be serious, like, like seriously deep into like punk or hardcore. I never speak to people about punk or hardcore because I don't know that much about it, to be honest. Like, aside from what I've worked on and the classics, innit? And what I probably consider the classics are like the fucking really bait ones, you know what I mean? People can't talk to me about like the third whatever fucking album because I ain't got a fucking clue. I don't give a shit. Like, but people know that, like, people might want to talk to me about Led Zeppelin or some shit. They might want to talk to me about J-Hus or some shit. And I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? Exactly. And so many people that like are perceived as like just real like heads in that shit that do have those conversations with me. Of course. It's just very funny, innit? And I'm like, I just feel that like, why can't you man express this to each other? Because
can we all just agree to put down the dogma?
Exactly. If it could be expressed to each other, I think you can see this whole other type of crossover that I think is going to start to happen anyway.
Yeah, I think despite this, there is a bit of an explosion at the moment of people doing that. People that have had the chance in punk and hardcore to write songs over many, many years and become incredible songwriters that are now applying that to the kind of music that they grew up with when they were younger before they got into you know, heavier music styles. And
is that what you think it is? You think it comes from like when they grew up?
I think so. I think people.
That is interesting, you know. I think
people were expressing the things that first got
that's
into
very
music.
interesting, you know, because I actually didn't deep it. I really didn't. That's very valid, you know, because I always just assumed that like I want to make these sounds because I like these sounds now.
Yeah.
But then I do think that like a lot of the sounds that I want to make and a lot of the sounds I want to work on.
Yeah.
It's like the Island of Love shit, for example. Yeah. Loved working on that. But then it's like that sounds like shit. That's like, you know, the parallels there to like a lot of stuff I was listening to when I was like 16.
Yeah,
like
same
Yuck
for me.
and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
It's for me. It's funny for me, like because like, so I can't remember who I was having this conversation with, but I was like, I didn't discover hardcore till I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Same with a lot of people I know.
Yeah.
Before that, it was like, I don't know, whatever was in fucking Kerrang at the time.
Right, yeah.
Before that, it was like my dad's music.
Yeah.
Right.
And I always saw my dad's music as like, that's not cool. Like,
right.
That's old man.
Now it's like the bollocks.
And it's come round.
Yeah.
Now I'm appreciating my dad's music.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, I'm gonna try write music like
that's
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Just to follow on from that, Ray. So like, when I was 4, my dad had an accident, so he was about for my whole childhood, and he was playing music in the house, and kind of contrary to that, I thought like his music was like the shit the whole time. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, this guy's into music, and then like much like yourself, I didn't really discover hardcore until 15, 16 as a way to like get out of town. Do you know what I mean? To go and do something like that was loosely involved with music or to start a band or whatever. But prior to that, there was those whole amount of years there just consuming music, learning about music, and then years as well, like learning an instrument and like crafting that to become a musician. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And like I do feel that that's a bit of a taboo as well in punk and hardcore to be like
good at your instrument.
Trying to progress at your instrument, trying to progress with songwriting, this, that and the other, and like just openly saying like I'm a musician. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But I'm not gonna lie,
but it's facts.
Yeah, like one of the things that kind of surprised me when I started working on like more records, you know, like from that world and stuff, was that like, you know, essentially how much people cared.
Yeah.
Because it's like, so much of it is front end, like, people don't give a shit. But then, of course, you fucking care.
Of course you care. Of course you do.
But then I was like, it's just a bit funny because it's like a paradox of like, let's try and make something sound a little bit fucked up, but within these very tight parameters of what's like, this is okay. It's like, you know, even down to on a super technical level, right? Clipping, as in like digital clipping, big no-no.
Yeah.
Fucking distort the shit out of everything else.
Yeah. Clip it on the preamps.
If I fucking distort it on this,
it's amazing.
I'm a boss. If I distort it on there, I said no.
No.
And like, do you know what I mean? How fucking stupid is that?
Yeah.
It's so stupid, bro. But like, that's just, for some reason, that's the way
those
it runs,
are the rules.
Those are the rules, fam. And I'm just like, alright, cool. But then you have motherfuckers that, you know, coming from like the Lanes Fest world, blowing their shit out, blowing it because they don't know them rules and they don't give a fuck about them rules. And them shits, like, when that shit hits on a good PA, it's different. And you're like, why not just apply the same rules that the people you're looking up to were applying then? Because when you had this thing to now and really make this thing happen, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's not really how it runs.
I saw something recently. It was Eddie Van Halen, like, rest in peace. He did an interview at 5150 Studios, which is like his home studio that he built. And he was saying like, his child at the time, Wolfgang, like got in trouble at school or some shit, and he was like, the principal wanted me to like bollock him essentially or like tell him off, and he was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want my kid growing up thinking that there's rules in this thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to teach him that from a young age. And it's the same with this stuff, man. If you get a computer or a little 4-track or anything like that, or just anything that you want to get to make music, just go hard and like literally do your thing. There are no rules.
Well, everything you do.
That's the best thing about this.
It needs to be in service of the music that you're trying to create.
Exactly. I mean, I had a conversation with like a friend of mine the other day, and like, you know, she makes music. I was like doing some mixes for her and stuff. Like, just, well, it wasn't even proper mixes. I just wanted to work on that shit because it's like really cool. Yeah. And like, she was like, oh, I don't even want to like tell you my setup. Cause she's just like, oh, it's just like so bootleg. Like I did the same thing to you. I was like, fam, I'm gonna do some bootleg shit over the next couple of days. Yeah. Cause I don't know no better. I was just like, what was my response? Bro, same. Exactly. And that's when you realize that everyone does it. Yeah. But I was just like, fam, how you get from A to B doesn't matter, innit? If B is good, that's what matters. That's what matters. And it's like, it takes so many years to get to the point where you're kind of like secure enough to be like, you lean into all of them things and be like, yo, this is my process, innit? Yeah. And I'm happy with this process. No one does it like you do it. You know? And that's the thing, man. And yeah, it's kind of like, I'm so there for that, and I wish like people would kind of lean into that a little more in DIY music, because it's kind of like, if you really do like do it yourself, just on your J's, like you might actually have like be onto something that's legit transcends all of this shit, rather than just really thinking about like, okay, I'm gonna do a DIY version of this, and let me just fucking stick within the parameters and try and aim for that as the ballpark the whole time. It's kind of like, you know, and I understand why people do that, because, you know, it's like how much easier was it for us to make this record with you guys going, alright, this is the reference we want. Yeah. Let's listen closely to this reference and let's go for that ballpark. Shit like that, massively useful. Of course. However, I know for a fact. Well, no, but it did happen, innit? We were like, okay, these are the amps that record used. Coincidentally, I had them. Yeah. Tried it. It was alright. It was good. Yeah. Tried something else, way better. We went for the way better one. You know what I mean? It's just like that kind of thing is like... And
being open to try something else, even though it isn't exactly what the rules were.
On paper, it's wrong. Yeah. On paper, it's literally wrong. It says this one and this one. I did this one and this one. For some reason, it wasn't here. Yeah. So, you know, it's like, I don't know, man. It's very interesting to me. It's very interesting to me, like, how these things kind of, like, manifest themselves. How it's, like, what is... Because it's such, like, a... You know... It's like the buy-in you get from any type of like underground music is so exclusive, innit? Yeah. People don't want to say it is, but it fucking is. Yeah, like you're either in or you're out. Yeah. And like I think people are sometimes so that it's so important to them to be in that they kind of put that above the process, innit? Yeah. Above the music. Yeah. And you know,
it's all about the music.
Yeah, fundamentally, like if we like what actually brings
what we're all here for.
Exactly, what actually brings the value of the thing in the first place. It's just kind of an irony of the whole thing. But you know, this is fully the most serious fucking start to all 16 episodes of this shit, bro. By this point, I've had to like bleep out fucking five. Welcome to our seminar. Yeah, literally, that was a bit Benny TED Talks, innit? But you know, but still, anyway. So why don't you tell us? Alright, so obviously Meg, you and Hans Park. Everyone from Ends knows what Hans Park is, I think. But you know, we were saying, so you were saying that like your perception of this, we'll start from the East London one, because there'll be other East London people in it and don't know this shit. And then we'll go for the far flung, the far reaches of the education, because fuck knows what you man are on up there, innit?
Yorkshire versus Lancashire.
Yeah, we're getting to that, bro. Fuck me. So so Hans Park, what was the perception of like the other fucked schools in the ends? Because Hans Park was seen as like alright, innit?
Yeah, I think like 11-year-old me was like trotting around with 10 paperbacks in my school bag, and I was like, look mum and dad, you know, a school like Kelmscott is closer to where we live, but I'm not gonna last 10 minutes there, so please.
Kelmscott went closer to where you live though, thank God. Academy.
Yeah, Walthamstow Academy was where a lot of people from my school went.
Wait, where'd you go primary school?
It's called Fort Paul.
I know that one, yeah. That makes you sound like such a nonsense.
Where did you go?
I went Wins Primary, that side. Oh, yeah, okay. Because I was Wins, WINNS. Shout out, man. Yeah. Shout out, man. I'm by winning. But because I was born on that side of Walthamstow, innit? And then my family moved to Central. Something in my fucking
bug on head.
Was it actually on my
head? Yeah, there was a bug on your head.
That's getting zoomed in on, fam.
That's epic wins.
Yeah, bro, wins in it. Yeah,
Wins primary school. I don't
and then I
think.
went to L secondary school. You know what I mean, bro? But no, like it's yeah. And then like, obviously I moved, and that's how like I ended up going to fucking com school. So yeah, but like academy is like was that seen as way worse?
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Himes Park was the Essex school.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I kind of thought of it as.
And
And
like-
Chingford Foundation was our one.
Yeah, and didn't David Beckham go to Chingford Foundation? It's like
Probably.
Footballerville.
Probably. Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that. When
Yeah.
did Harry Kane go to school? Or he probably went to like some next year. Because I know he's
don't
from
know.
Walthamstow, innit?
Is
So
he?
like, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was in like year 8 was when Towie came out, and
Oh, that changed everything for you.
that
man.
changed everything, man. That changed the whole school landscape.
Change the vibes.
That was the vibe, man. That was the vibe that everyone was on. Don't be
They were
Joel, be
chasing
Reem.
that vibe. To be
Yeah.
fair, people in my school were chasing that vibe.
That was the Himes Park vibe, and that was what the girls at Kelmscott liked apparently. So Ben tells me the Himes Park boys.
Yeah. I mean,
Quiz
no.
boys.
No, this is how it ran. Some of the girls in Comscott, yeah, I fell through the white boy adoration cracks. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is what you gotta understand, yeah. Even though, yeah, apparently this is meant to be desirable in society. Let me know, okay? Cause man ain't got the memo in it, bro. All the hype, all the blue eyes and that, yeah. It didn't run for me like
Didn't
that.
get
in
any
school.
love from the
It
from
didn't
the
run
girls.
for me like that. Chris Brown, yeah. Trey Songz, yeah. I don't fucking look like these dons, innit? So they were getting, bro. That was the type of girls, bro. Who's known to be like this don. This Portuguese don in there, bro. He was like, man, he was
He was a
yeah.
god.
He would get the things, yeah, man. He was really.
Did you always have long hair?
Nah, but I had like sus hair. Man, I had like a little mushroom beaver cutting there. Man.
That's
I had like short size. I'll show you my passport picture later.
That's
but
probably
when I
what it was,
15.
man.
Yeah, I think loads of people thought I was gay. Everyone thought me and Deja were gay, bro. But you know, I mean,
It's one of them.
yeah, it is what it is. But then you
Just one
know,
of them.
obviously, you know, things started to work out for me eventually. But the girls that were into white boys, yeah, that I went to school with, were like into like the fucking Essex white boy, innit?
Yeah.
So like, oh my god, Himes Park guys.
Oh my
yeah.
god, boys at Himes Park are
Like,
so
In
cute.
year 10 and 11, yeah, it was like, oh my, I'm gonna go to like Chingford Foundation and like, yeah, do you know what I mean? For like sixth form and then link up
Yeah.
with all of them man and shit. It didn't work out for them girls there.
No.
It didn't work out for them. I was about to drop some names, yeah, but I know where you're at right now. It's
Thing
not
is, though,
Chingford Foundation, is it?
I think back, yeah, to what some of these boys looked like when I was in school, yeah, and they all had deep creases in their forehead.
What do you
Like,
mean?
They all look so
What,
old. That I think they'd all been hitting the gym since they were about 13.
Permanent
So
white.
they're all like 5'5".
They're just surprised all
Big
the time.
crease in the head from like
What?
too many pints.
That's
Yeah,
mad.
that's it, man, isn't it? That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's weird,
They all
man.
look about 30.
Yeah,
to be
but like,
honest
you know,
with you.
you know, they
Benjamin
used-
Button.
Yeah.
I used to get roasted in it because obviously like I was like the butt of all the white jokes, yeah. She's like, hey, you see white people, yeah, you fucking age like milk. And you know what? It's not untrue, is it? Let's just be honest. Fam. It's not untrue. Like, you know, some old looking motherfuckers. Do you have that thing in school, yeah, Hans Park? Still in ends though. Did you have that thing of like when there's someone who joins the school, right? Coming like from somewhere else, yeah, and it's blatant that they're just way older than they say they are.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. We
And
had
you know
that.
what, yeah, let me just get this straight. I don't resent them motherfuckers either, yeah. And if you do, yeah, you're a prick, fam. Until they nut someone, if they nut someone, it's different, innit? But, bruv, just let them get their education,
Yeah.
fam.
Yeah.
Just
Let
let
them
them
be.
get their shit, bruv.
Yeah.
It's funny, though. I'm not gonna lie.
funny.
Yeah,
But
it's
obviously,
funny.
like, they're gonna bust some jokes. There was this don, yeah. He's at mid-30s, easy. He was a couple years older than me.
You're right.
Like, he was a couple years older than me, yeah. But, like, he was more than a couple years older than me, you know what I'm saying? Like, that motherfucker looked old, fam.
So funny, man.
Yeah, like it was a bit mad. Like it was, yeah, he looked old, cause like it's not even normal. Wait, so did you have a couple like?
Oh yeah, big time. Well, when I went to the sixth form there, and then like people joined from various other schools, including Chingford Foundation. There was this one guy in particular. I was like, he's not fucking 16. This man is about 30.
He's got a beard.
He has to be.
Oh yeah, because like, bruv, I went to school with bare Asian dons, innit, man?
Yeah.
Like, cause people be backing out them biz when year 8, man.
Yeah,
Year 8.
true.
And I just look like a fucking stupid youth, bruv. To this time,
Did
I
you have
still
the
caught up with
fluffy
them.
moustache? You know when it's not like stubble, it's just
I
like
had a little bit.
soft.
I was overcompensating with a neck beard till
Man, do you know what I did?
late
Yeah?
teens, fam. Probably even 20, bro. I'm not even lying, man. Then I had to pattern up.
I wanted the mustache so bad. Yeah, I just used to shave my upper lip.
your bare lip.
Barely. She used to shave it with a razor. Because apparently my mate was like, oh, like, if you do
Is that how you got the name, yeah?
If you do that, you'll get like,
The origin story.
You'll get coarse. You'll get like coarse. When it comes through, it'll be like coarse, like a proper man mustache.
Like instant stubble.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'll just do that every day. I'll do that.
There was a boy in my year in school. He had like the Bieber cut. He was like the heartthrob of the year. He used to epilate his face because he didn't want stubble.
Oh my.
Is that days. What, like mad waxing?
It's you get like this little tool thing and it rips every hair out one by one.
Oh.
Because it's supposed to stop it from growing back.
Oh my god.
That's a bit mad.
How old?
14.
I mean, I still don't think he has any stubble.
God,
so.
the pressure on these young boys, eh?
Facts though. It's kind of true.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know about
Puberty
you.
and all
When
that.
everyone started going gym and shit, yeah, and people were just getting wham cars. Like,
Yeah, mad. Like year 11, like the hensiest guys
yeah,
ever seen.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Like men, like blokes.
Yeah, like I was saying about that Don, he like plays the piano, yeah, like, but he's like massive. No, I'm serious. He's actually like that. Like, I didn't want to say his name because, bro, I'm scared of him from. He's a nice guy in that, yeah, but he's fucking massive, bro.
Yeah.
Like huge, fam, huge. Yeah, I'll show you some pictures later, bro. It's fucking crazy, fam.